A very warm welcome to The Wedding Tales, a show where we educate the youth on matters to do with dating, courtship, marriage, and the family life. And this is our new season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of The Wedding Tales. I'll be your host today, Lilian Kagendo. So today we are blessed to have a wonderful couple with us, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Thank you very much. I'm George Mburu, and I'm born again, and I am a prison officer.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Lois Wangoi. I'm born again. I'm a teacher. Yeah.
Me, I grew from at Muranga County. That's where I was born many years back, if I may say. Almost fifth from the road in, and that's where I was brought up. I went to nursery school by that time, and I remember we used to write on small boards, not the small books. I went to nursery school, then I went to primary school, secondary school. Then after that, I joined the college. That's how I was brought up. I'm brought up in a family of 6, 5 boys and 1 girl.
Me, I was born by one late woman called Virginia. That is my mother. By the way, I'm the last born in the family of 7, 3 gentlemen and 4 ladies. I was brought up in Mburu in Lakendo. I grew up as the last born, the papaling of the last born girl in the family. And I went to nursery school, and I also went to primary school. And I remember when I was in primary school, we used to take maziwa ya nyayo.
Yes.
That is why I'm this healthy.
Yes.
I also went to Kangobiri Girls High School. Then after that, I went to Rubati Teachers College. And I came to Nairobi for the first time for a job. So I never knew Nairobi. And here I am. I'm a resident of Nairobi, Kajiado in particular. And I think that is all. And I feel great. Yeah.
It's another unique story. When I was in Mombasa, because immediately I finished college, I was posted in Mombasa, and there I was serving as a youth leader in Mombasa. Then we used to meet because there was these national camps and regional camps, and I used to be a leader in the Presbyterian. Then it happened one day, because he was also a leader in Gong Hills Presbytery, and she was a leader. They came in Mombasa for a regional conference. Sasa mimi nilikuwa pale ni kiongozi, na yeye ni kiongozi. So pale tukapatana watu wengi, sikumjua. Unfortunately walikuwa na other leaders whom I knew. So when we met, I remember I decided to take her friends then, who are my friends, also her friends, but I didn't know her, but I knew her friends. So because I was the one who knew Mombasa, so in the afternoon nikamwambia situende beach. Si yeye nilimwambia, I told her her friends who also happened to be my friends. So tukaenda beach. Let me tell you something funny. I was wearing a red trouser, maroon trouser, and a white t-shirt. She was wearing the same. I didn't know her. So we went to beach and we enjoyed ourselves. Then when time comes when we wanted to go, tukaanza kutembea, we walked because where we were to the beach, it was just a walking distance. We were 5 of us, 4 ladies, her included, and I. So 2 of them decided now to go. We decided to go through the supermarket, and we were just chatting. Me didn't have many words because I didn't know her. Then we went back. Na hiyo ikaishia hivyo.
In fact, we bought for you biscuits.
Oh, I remember. Yes. That supermarket, they bought biscuit. We went eating biscuit, and I think that's why I came and eat some biscuits here. So, na hiyo ikaishia namna hiyo. We went back and started worshiping, and then it happened another time. They came for a meeting in Mombasa. Then we happened to meet, and I was reading in praise and worship. Hey, my dear, I'm a worshiper. So I think it touched her. So when she went back, I remember one day, something clicked in my mind. There was a lady I saw. I went to visit one of my friends. He used to be a manager in a hotel, one of the famous Matibas hotel. He also used to be a leader in the Mombasa Pwani Presbytery. So when I went there, I just thought about her. Then I knew that my friend knew her because they used to be in the CYC together. So I went to his album and I was looking for her picture. Na mseme nilikuwa nimeanguka. So when it was so unique. When I was just looking for that picture and I saw it, my friend called me. He was at work. He called me and told me, there is a lady who is going to call you. Just look something in my cabinet and tell her. It happened, the one who called, she's the one who called. So I was, guy, what amazing. I was thinking about her. So I had to disclose to her, just imagine, I was looking your photo. So from that time, we started, she was in Nairobi, I was in Mombasa. Fortunately, I was blessed with a phone. She also had a mobile phone by that time. So we used to communicate, giving testimony, good Bible verse, ili ya kuokoka sana. And it started like that. So it happened one day that they came also down to Mombasa. And I invited her to my press. And she came. And she came and also given her an opportunity to preach in our church. And our friendship started that way. It started growing. And I started feeling like a hot thing in me. Na hii kama msichana. Alinimbaba. So, na tukaanza hivyo tu. So we started communicating. And, God works in a miraculous way. By that time, the credit that we used to put in the phone, the only that was available is 500 shillings ya Safaricom. Ilikuwa kakadi kikubwa hivi. So I could only bought one a third month. And per minute, we used to be charged 75 bob per minute. So you can imagine, So it happened, my aunt was working with Telecom Poster by that time. And she was a phone operator. Those times, you remember those phones? You have to go through the operator, then you'll be connected to the person you want to talk to. So we used to be connected without paying anything. And I want to confess that even not using that line, there are these booths in my place of work. Kuna watu waliharibu. Sasa we used to do something, ukihang mara nyingi sasa una call inaigia. So we used to communicate like that, and fellowshipping through the phone. When I used to come to Nairobi, I visited her once. I remember I came into her house here in Rongai, and when I came, I was proceeding home. I was given a place to spend the night, but I spent in her place, I spent in somebody's house. So in the morning, when I woke up and I was preparing to go, I met my shoe was well polished. Nikasema, guy, hapa ndipo. This is the girl. Huh? Remember, I had not proposed to her. No, I was in a mix. I was living in Mombasa and there were other girls. Remember that. Na sasa nilikuwa naona wasichana wengine. Sasa huyu ninamjua, kuna wasichana wengine wako Mombasa. So, na hii itakuaje? Na hii kamsichana naona ni kazuri. Kanampenda Yesu. So, and we started communicating like that. And maybe to make a long story short a bit, I remember once I came and we are heading to that friend I was talking about at their place in Mburu. And when I was going that place, I went. And when I went, on my way to their home and I was walking, I had a voice in me. And I was thinking about her. Huyo ndio mke wako. Aka voice, tell me, that lady is your wife. Hey, kasema, guy, what have I had? So we went. When I was coming back and I had decided I'm going to come and propose to her, I don't care whether she would say yes or no. So when I came from Moro, I came and we met. No, I was, I'm born again, you see, and I was a bit nervous. Kai, sasa nitamuulizaje? Sasa nikiwa naomba, Mungu ninaomba, unipe nguvu. So, I got the courage and I came. She cooked for me a good meal and I ate. So I decided, sasa ndio wakati. So I was wondering, where do I start? And I gained courage. Kamwambia, sasa unajua tumekaa na wewe. Ama sitimwambia hiyo story sana. Sasa tumekaa na wewe. Sasa na mimi nimeona we can go beyond this. Na mimi nimefikiria you can be my wife. Period. Nikamnyamazia hapo. Akainama. Nikashindwa, kai, sasa atasema raha ama ataniambia shidwe. Lakini nilikuwa na courage vile tulikuwa tumetembea na yeye. Nilikuwa ninaona hapa kuna kakitu. Unajua unaweza kuangalia uone hapa kuna kamwangaza so I was a bit courageous even to propose then. Hey, my surprise was I was not told to eat. I was not told to go and pray. I'm going to go and pray. She just said yes. Oh, I felt the guy wow. I felt so nice. And that is where the song started. Yes.
Okay. It's so great, But I think for me, the story was about when I went to Mombasa. Yes, I was there unofficial, and I went to Mombasa. Na mi sikuwa naenda kukuta boro because I wanted to know this policeman who can get saved. You can imagine a policeman getting saved. Haikuwa kwa kichwa yangu, and I was really doubting whether a policeman can get saved. So when we went with my friends, one of my friend alikuwa anaitwa Helen, and she told me, when we go to Mombasa, I'll show you soja ambaye ameokoka. Alikuwa anaitwa soja by that time. Kumwambia hakuna soja anaweza okoka, askari aokoke. Hakuna. So I really wanted to meet this soldier ambaye anaweza okoka. And true to the words, alikuwa ameokoka because He used to be a worshipper and intercessor. Na tulikuwa tunakutana huko kwa mtandao ya worshiping and intercessory. And akatupeleka beach as he has said. Na kwa supermarket moja ya Mombasa, Nakumat. Tulienda na unajua wakati huo soldiers hawakuwa na pesa mingi by the way.
Kamshara kalikuwa
hakuwa na pesa.
Kadonyere.
So tulimnunulia biscuit huko. Na akafurahi sana. And that is where our story started. But I remember one time huyu kijana alijifanya mgonjwa na kajifanya mgonjwa kabisa. I think he wanted to test my patience. Although I had planned to go and visit him a weekend after, lakini alinipigia simu akaniambia mimi ni mgonjwa sana, miguu inatetemeka, mwili inatetemeka, hata siwezi kutembea. But to my surprise, when I went to Mombasa, nikambebea Lucozade na Raibena. Wakati nilienda alikunywa Lucozade na Raibena, nifika asubuhi by saa 4 alikuwa amepona. So that's why I didn't doubt whether he was sick.
But I was seriously sick. Lakini alifanya vizuri. I know. I felt good. And the concern.
And I remember in the course of our dating, he's very good. By the way, anapenda kutembea sana. Kuna wakati alinipeleka kwa hoteli ya Somalia. Ilikuwa juu ya miti. Na fry akanipeleka Wasini Island the first time. And that is the time nilijua hapa kuna village, kuna wasichana wengine wa Mombasa hawapelekwi. I also remember another time tulienda Gong ku visit a friend. Hiyo ilikuwa wakati wa Kenya bus. Sile watu walikuwa wanasimama. So one of the men walikuwa wamesimama akakaa kama ananiongelesha vibaya. Kwambia kijana alitoa makucha, nikajua so I'm protected. I'm protected. So na nikaanza kuona. And by the way, I liked him. Me, I'm a kind of a girl. I was like, wanaume wote wanataka upate mimba. Hakuna kitu ingine. So I was really saved. Seriously saved. Na sikuwa nataka jokes. Sa wanaume, especially na mama yangu, mimi nimelelewa na ile gwatanero. Unasikianga gwatanero ya mzigo. So my mom used to tell me, wanaume ni wanyama. So me I grew knowing wanaume ni wanyama.
Lakini ukapatana moja hakuwa mnyama.
So nilikuwa najua tu hao wanyama hutaki kucheza na wao sana. But I really liked him the way he was behaving. Hata akija kwangu ilikuwa testimony na mahubiri ya Sunday ya kwao. Hakukuwa na kitu kingine. Testimony, mahubiri ya kwao, anaenda anaspend kwa Reverend Wanyoike. So tunapatana the following day. And you know our relationship was a distance relationship. So hatukuwa tunapatana sana. So the little time we got, tulikuwa tuna utilize kabisa. But the funny thing, sijui kama ndio watu wa siku hizi wana behave. This man never used to carry anything akija kwangu. Alikuwa anakuja mkono tu. Na anataka kula. So sometimes I would decide, wewe umekuja mkono mtupu na mimi nitakupika ugali na sukuma peke yake, siweki nyama. And he used to eat. By the way, alikuwa anakula sana. Kitu moja ili nikawa na nikasirisha, akija kwangu alikuwa anaweka chai sukari mingi sana. So I was like, huyu ni kunipima, ananipima akili. Kikombe ya sosa anaweka vijiko 4 za sukari.
Chai ni utamu, nilikuwa nasema.
So but for the other things, he was good. The way he was dressing, he was good. He was very clean. And he had confidence. And he's a go-getter. Kuna wakati alikuwa ananipigia simu ananiambia nakuja Nairobi, namwambia siko, and he would still come. Wakati mwingine alikuwa anapanga safari za kwenda akija anikose, and he would still come and wait for me. Yeah. So
kitu pengine nikiongeza, when we used to meet, kuna kitu alikuwa anapenda sana na nilikuwa naipenda. Kuna soda ilikuwa inaitwa Pikana
soda.
Mango.
Pikana mango.
Na tuchipo kidogo. Nilikuwa nampeleka ka cave. By that time pesa hazikuwa mingi sana. And I used to be myself. And you know, this has been a problem to the young generation. They don't want to be themselves. So mimi kama ningekuwa sina kitu, sikuwa naonyesha kwamba I have something when I don't have. So what I had is what I used to use. Sasa naweza kama kununulia hiyo pikana, na alikuwa anafurahi. I was very happy that she used to be happy when I take her and that pikana, a cold one in Mombasa. You know, you can imagine taking out that dust. And we used to get along well.
We never looked for the what you have in your pocket. By the way, I had more money than him.
Hey, hapo amesema. Can
I was earning more. But I never used to see myself high because I'm earning more. I was a teacher. I was living in a double room.
Me, I was living in a single room.
He was living in a single room.
And I was not renting. It was given free.
Given free. I had a gas cooker. By the way, this man had a stove, a funny one.
Hey, don't go on that side though.
A funny one that was really, it had holes. And he had put some gazette there. So ingeripuka any time. Na achomeke. So we never looked at our back, the salary that we got. I remember so many people discouraged me. Unaolewa na askari na hawana pesa. But I liked him. He had principles.
And there is one day, and I felt it. We went to Kesha in Kitengera. I had come, and we went to Kesha in Kitengera. Then in the morning, I was to leave and go to. In the afternoon, I was to go back to Mombasa. Do you know, I had only the fare to go to Mombasa, and from Nairobi West, because I didn't want to come to Rongai. Because if I come to Rongai, I won't have enough fare.
You never had fare to come to Rongai?
So I didn't have fare. But when we were in town, I found her removing dhao. Kai!
Kwa
kibet. Dhao hivi, na mimi sina do. And I didn't want to ask, to tell her just to give me some money, you know, as a gentleman, But because I didn't have so much money, but that did not deter her for having me. So we were like that, and we started it off.
So let me take you guys a little bit back to the engagement. At least you did give us your side of the story of the engagement, but I want to know how it went out for you.
I had known this man for about a year since we used to meet kwa mikutano and all that. And there's something that I had vowed, by the way, that I will not let my mother down. That's something that was in me. Juu alikuwa ananiambia, nimekuwa nikiitwa na wamama wengine niende nikaongee kwa maalusi. Kwani si hakuna mtu nitaita aongee kwa harusi ya watoto wangu? So I was really feeling it. Na nikamwambia mami sitakuangusha. And my dear, I told you, nilikuwa najua mimi wanaume hakuna kitu ingine. Naweza kuwa mjamzito. So, and this man amekuja. And kulikuwa na wengine, by the way, wengi. I remember I don't want to mention the name, lakini nilikuwa nawaambia mimi sikuja Rongai kutafuta bwana. I was very strict. Very strict. Hata watu, kuna huyu reverend alikuwa anaitwa Reverend Mushina. He had to come and talk to me. Juu watu wengi sana waliteta. Tilois wewe muongelesha nini. And when I met with him na tukaongea, was really feeling now I think I've started to love this man. Na nikamwangalia for a time. One, he was very smart. That is one thing. Shati zake silikuwa sinagongwa pasi, unasikia yes, we would like to be associated with him. Number two, he was very honest. Very honest. And I really needed somebody who is honest to me. Number three, he was a go-getter. Unasikia nilikuwa namwambia siko na anakuja tu ananiambia nitakuja nikungoja hata kama ni Sunday utakuja. So when he proposed to me, alikuwa ameenda, vile amesema alikuwa ameenda Orokarau. Na akakuja asubuhi. Hajawaambia wakati alikuja asubuhi alinikuta nikiwa shule. So akapita Prime Junior. Akaniambia nimpatie funguo aende ajiwekelee juu anaenda Mombasa jioni. Yeah, I was teaching there. Kaniambia anataka kwenda Mombasa jioni, so nimpatie funguo aende ajiwekelee kwa kiti. Official not very sure kama alijiwekelea kwa kiti juu sikumkuta amelala. Ajiwekelee kwa kiti alafu apumzike jioni ateremke Mombasa. So in my mind I knew I have a visitor in the house. So during lunch time nikateremka kwa nyumba. Nilikuwa nakaa tu karibu na shule hapo Elite. Nikateremka tu karibu nikamkuta na nikamkuta sasa akiwatch TV. I think alikuwa amelala na amepumzika. Nikaenda nikampikia na akakula. Nilikuwa nimeomba ruhusa. Si niko na mgeni sitarudi. So tukakula tukapumzika. And then vile aliniambia kwangu haikuja kama shock. Alikuwa ana said signals hapo mbeleni. And since I really loved him na by the sikumwambia mimi nikaombe. I knew according to the way he was treating me, I knew that sasa hapa ndio yeye. So I told him if it is the will of God, wacha tuendelee na maisha. And sasa from there simu sikaanza sikuwa siasa testimony. Ilikuwa simu ya some other things na tukaendelea hivyo. So haikuja kwangu kama surprise. Alikuwa ananionyesha that there is something and I had also started kuwa na upendo kwake. Yeah. Yeah.
After sasa the engagement part, kienda kwa others family.
Not really, we did face challenges kwa sababu my mother-in-law ameokoka. Na sasa unaona my mother also ameokoka. So it was like there are two families sinakutana sa watu wanampenda Mungu. Hatukuona tukiwa na 22. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa tumeenda miaka although tulikuwa hapo huyo alikuwa karibu 30 floor. By the way tulikuwa tumepita second floor. Room number 20 na number 5 hapo tulikuwa hapo. Tulikuwa area hiyo. So wakati tulisema twende nyumbani, mimi sikumpeleka kwetu mbele. Najua the mistake tunafanya wasichana wanapeleka boys kwa mbele. Mimi I wanted him anipeleke kwao nione kama I'm accepted. So tulienda na nikaenda na another friend of mine. When I went there the mother was excited to see me. But kuna swali alimuuliza, I don't know how small I was by that time. Mtoto wa shule umetuana na yeye wapi? So he told me later. Lakini the mother was welcoming and I had bought a lesson to take to the mother. So she accepted my lesson. She was very happy. Nikajua hapa ni tick. So tukaenda and then after that nikampeleka kwetu. Later. Akakuja na brother yake na friend yake. Lakini kwetu ni mbali. Kwao ni by the kwao ni kwa Lami, kwa Rami. Lakini kwetu he had to go ups and downs. Hapo. Hata alikuwa ananiuliza nani alinionyesha Nairobi. Lakini alipenda na he was accepted and my sisters were very happy. By the way alipendwa na kila mtu. I remember during akija kutembea alikuwa anapewa maziwa badala ya chai. Kabla hatujaoana. So he was really accepted and it was good. We never had cultural differences. Even during the Rurasho time. By the way hakuambiwa kile atapeleka kwetu.
So how was your relationship?
Okay, now as you have said, when I went to be introduced to our family, one challenge I met is not about the family challenge, but where their home is. Ni mahali unaambiwa check your brakes. Ni mahali unateremka unasikia magoti. So unapada, unateremka. So before I arrived, I was very tired. We were with my brother and another friend of mine who used to live together in Mombasa. Then after the introduction, part of it was introduced and I was very much welcomed. And I liked one of her sister. Oh, I love her so much. And I felt very accepted. And you know, there was that analogy, watu wa Nyeri. You know the story about behind
Mama
Nyeri,
wa Nyeri.
or Mama wa Nyeri, in general. But me, that thing was not in me. And after that, we started now planning. Now that I have introduced her to, and there was a time, we spent her praise with my brother. She was not there. I think at that time that we were going for introduction. So I from Mombasa, my brother was from Nakuru. So, and instead of now having to hire a house, to rent a house, so we went and spent the night there. So we had to cook to ourselves in our house. And from that, now we say, now this is the first step. Now need to engage now to set a date when we are going to visit now the parents. So I went to talk to my mom. Unfortunately, my dad is late. He passed on when I was in college. So I talked to my mom, and she talked to the rest of my relatives. Then we planned a date to go. So I had to look for some money. Remember, my earning was not that good, that much. I mean, sasa ilikuwa sasa at least to pay muda. Fortunately, and I thank God, when you have to ask what is needed there. When she went to her mom, akuje vile alivyo, sikuitishwa kitu,
aliambiwa vile alivyo. Ni urafiki tunatengeneza, sio kukuuza na kuuza.
So we went for the first time with the kirede, the mohirega from our place, and we went and we are accepted. We really ate. And there was a secret that she did. When you go for a ratio, si watu wanapewa chakula, wanakula. So kulikuwa kumechinjwa buzi, and it was to be brought later. So she told me, don't eat much. There is something that is coming after. Then we went and we were accepted. What we had, we gave out, and we went back. And we were given an opportunity. We asked for a date for our wedding, but we were told, before that, you need to bring something, as usual. So we had to plan another visit to come, and we were given a go-ahead. And now we started planning for our wedding. And remember, I was in Mombasa, she was in Nairobi. You can imagine the hassle, how we were planning. But by God's grace, at that particular time, I got a transfer to Nairobi. So when we were planning for our wedding, I got a transfer. So I came on this side. So our planning became easier. And we started planning our wedding, and we started it off.
They made the room look very smart.
Very smart. The youth. And then Parembere, these Manila papers. George Weds Royce.
During our wedding day, we never had sodas. Hatukuwa na pesa za kununua soda. We never had money. So we said, tutanunua soda crate bili tu sa pale mbele. Kurembesha pale mbele, lakini watu hatakunywa soda. But I thank the youth office that was there by then. Walichanga pesa na wakanunua soda za watu wale wengine. Although there is somebody alitumwa akanunue soda akaponyoka na pesa.
So nilikuwa naamka mapema kwa sababu nilikuwa naenda job mapema sana. So I would wake up very early in the morning. Kuna nape nilikuwa by that time anyway, diapers.
Sikuwa available. They were there but we could not afford.
And this is our new season.